Hello students, good morning to all. So first of all, I want to welcome you all to the first online class of the computer of class 9. Dear students, as you all know that due to the arrival of the new variant of the corona Omicron, so the state government has uh, stopped the physical classes. So that's why we all have shifted to the online teaching mode. So it is my request to you all that you all should pay your cooperation to us, and whatever the classes we will upload on the school website, that you visit it regularly and see the lectures. Okay. So students, as you know, we have completed the syllabus of the second semester, and today we'll do the revision of lesson 6 computer networking. Okay. So since lesson 6 is the computer networking, so we'll do the revision of this. Now, this what is a network? As you all know, this network is a we can say this network is a interconnection of more than one computers. So this network you can understand like a road, like a highway. A highway connect different cities with each other. So from one city we can move to the other city. Like from Basti we are moving to Lucknow, or from Basti we are moving to Gorakhpur. This is only possible with the highways. And these highways are the network of the roads. These highways are connecting many other district roads also. So that is called the network of roads. Railway tracks, as you know, many cities are connected with the help of the railway tracks. Like we can move from Basti by a train to Gorakhpur also, to Lucknow also, to Delhi also, to anywhere. Anywhere means in the uh, India. Okay, similarly, there is a network of canals, also network of cables. Cables means where different TVs, different home TVs are connected with the help of the cables. Now, from one main station from the, you can say the uh, station of the television network from at one place they are playing the movies, they are playing the serials, and we are able to see all the serials and movies uh, all over the India with the help of the cables. So similarly, this network is also, and this network of computers, when more than one computers are connected with each other with the help of the telephone line, with the help of the cable, that is called the optical fiber cable. So that is called the network. Okay. So see, like the network of banks are also there. That is also a network. Many ATMs are connected with each other. So from one ATM you can withdraw money from any bank. Suppose your account is in the State Bank of India, so you are able to withdraw the money from the ATM of the Punjab National Bank also, ATM of the SBI Bank also, ATM of the Canara Bank also. So network of hospitals. So many hospitals are also there. Like the government established many hospitals in each districts, maybe in each block. So that are the network of hospitals. Maybe the network of schools are also there. Like central government have many schools like Central School, Navodaya Vidyalaya, which are interconnected to each other. So one student can take the transfer from one district to the other Navodaya school also, other district also. Okay. So when two or more computers are connected with each other, so they together form a computer network. In the computer network, many computers are connected with each other. And what are the advantages of this? What happened? What advantage will get? How it help the network? So the file of one computer can be accessed by the other with the help of the network. If many computers are connected with each other. So these linked computers means connected computers share the information with each other over the network. This is the advantages. Next, the internet. Now, the network of networks are called means if different networks like the LAN network, local area network, MAN network, metropolitan area network, CAN network, campus area network, WAN network, like wide area network. So, according to the accessibility, means how much area is covered by one network. It is divided into various categories like the LAN, local area network, campus area network, or metropolitan area network or wide area network. So out of them, wide area network has a large coverage area. Around we can say wide area network covers around the 80 kilometer or 50 kilometers distance. Okay. So this arrival of the internet proved a boon to this world. Why it is a boon to this world? Because of this internet, the large information database is connected to the different computers across the world. Okay. Now, like the Wikipedia database is there. So the Wikipedia database, you can access any information by placing your request from anywhere, from any part of the country or any part of the world, we can say. Next is the computer networks and component. So what are the computer networks and what are its component is needed? Now see, this computer network is a group of computers you are seeing here. Computer A, computer B, printer, and computer C is connected with each other with the help of a device that is called a hub. So whatever the information computer B has to access, this request will send to the hub. Now the hub will send this request, apply the connection to the computer A. It will test the information from the computer A. Now computer A, what the information will provide, that will go to the hub, and now from again hub it will be routed to the computer B. Like this they are interconnecting with each other. So this network is a group of computers and peripheral devices. It is not mandatory that we connect over the network only computers. We can connect any hardware, any peripheral device like a printer. We can connect camera. We can connect speaker. We can connect or scanner. We can connect. So this computer network facilitates the sharing of the hardware and software resources among different users working on different computers. So this network provides you the facility of sharing this hardware also. Now this one printer can be used by these three hard computers. Computer A can also use this printer. So if the computer A will give the print command, so this command will go from the hub, and from hub it will go to the printer. Okay, so example, you can see if one of the computers in network has a printer attached to it, then all the computers in that network can access the printer and use it to print the documents. Where computer A and B in a network can give the print command to the printer attached with computer C. So since this printer is attached with computer C, but this B can also use and A can also use. Okay. Now next is the need of networking. Why we need this networking? So this can see the rapid evolution in information and communication technology has generated the need to use the same data at different locations. Means whenever we have the requirement of use of the same data at different locations, so we need the networking, because then only we can share the information. A person living in Lucknow, if he wants the information of the computer present in Basti, so with the help of the network only he can access the information. So one way of doing so is to keep the small data files at separate locations across the globe. So what we do here, we keep the one data file at separate location. This involves the frequent transferring of data from one computer to the multiple computers which are present at the same or distant location. So that information which you have kept at one place, that can be transferred to the different computers. Now the continuous data transfer is costly affair, which results in the redundancy of data and increased storage cost. Now the same information we keep it at all the places, means at Basti also, at Gorakhpur also, at Lucknow also. So it is a costly thing. So it is better to keep the storage at one place. That is called the database. Now make one repository, one storage place. Like suppose you have made the whatever the information will be entered through computer situated in Basti or Gorakhpur, all that will be saved in the database which is present in the Lucknow. Now, whenever any computers need to access the data, they will send the request to that repository database and they can fetch the information from there. Now, this will remove the replication of the data. Now, the same copy of the data which we are keeping multiple places will be reduced. Now, no need to keep the multiple data. At one place, the data will be stored and many can access. Okay, now you can see here in a data communication system, the message is transferred from one point to another with the help of the medium. So that is the medium is what, a channel only. That is the network channel. That may be a telephone line channel. That may be a optical fiber channel with the help of the networks only. Now this sender creates a message. The medium carries the message. Now here you see the sender sending the message and the carrier is what? This air. Through the air, this your wave, sound wave will travel and reach to the other person's ear. Now, the receiver sometimes called as sync also, and this sync will receive the message. All the messages will be captured by this person. You can understand with the help of the example also. Suppose you want to communicate with your friend. since you have some information to pass on to your friend. So in this communication system, you will be the sender. Means here, see, one person is sending the message. Now a sender needs a carrier to transmit the information to the receiver. So here, air is the carrier which I have discussed. Communication medium is what? Air. So air is the carrier of the communication medium, and your friend is the receiver who receives the information. Similarly, in the case of computer network also, computer sends the information which is called a sender. The computer which is sending the information will be called sender, and the various mediums like the cable, with the help of the cable, maybe your information will be transferred from one computer to other computer, maybe with Wi-Fi, maybe with Bluetooth, maybe with the radio waves. These are the different mediums. So this cable, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, radio waves are the medium to transmit the information from one computer to the other computer. Okay, so these are the network components. What? Cable, Wi-Fi, radio waves. Now when a computer communicates over a network, so three components are involved in the communication. One is the sender, is a computer, or we can say a workstation, or maybe a mobile phone, or maybe it is a tablet which will send the data through the web browser. Second is the communication medium, which is called the carrier. So carrier is the physical path through which the message travels from the sender to the receiver, and this physical path can be a cable, can be any a wireless device, or can be a calls. Wireless device means Wi-Fi. So third is the receiver. A receiver is a device that receives the data message what the sender will send. It can also be a computer. This receiver may be a computer, maybe a workstation, maybe any tablet or mobile phone. As you can see here, this computer is communicating with this computer with the help of the network only. Advantages. So what are the advantages of this computer network? So first advantage is what? The hardware sharing. So we can share the hardware, as in the previous example we have discussed that over a network with the help of the hub, three computers and one printer is connected. Now all the three computers can use that one printer. That is called the hardware sharing. So we can share almost every peripheral device such as printer, scanner, modem, CD, writer, etc. among several computers. And all these devices are attached to a remote server, which is shared among multiple computers, and this will reduce the cost of hardware. Suppose in an office, we can take the example. Suppose in an office, 50 computers are there, but the printer and the scanner is to one only. So what all the 50 computers, scanners, and the printer will be connected over the network. Now all the 50 persons, all the 50 computer users can use the service of the scanner also, and use the service of the printer also. Shortcuts. Next is the software sharing. So similarly, as we are sharing the hardware, we can share this different software also. So every application software can be installed on the main server. So it is better to install the software on each computer. So it is better to install the software on one server. Now all the computers will be connected to the main server, and they will use that software. Okay. So that is here, every application software can be installed on the main server rather than installing it on every computer. So if one software, if you install on every 50 computers, so cost will also increase and will take time also. And if you have to update, so in the each computer you have to update. So it is better to install in a one server and connect all the other computers to a server. If suppose in the near future you have to make some changes in the software, so very easily you can have to make the changes at one place only, at one place, that is on the server. Now the computers in a network can be used as the required software from the server, and this technique saves the cost as well as time also. Now no need to visit all the 50 computers in the one place in the server only, we can do the changes in the software. Third advantage is the efficiency of hardware and software resources. Yes, this efficiency of the hardware means working of this hardware and software will increase. So modification in software or hardware are done at a single point only. Since the resources are installed at a single point, so all the modifications are done at that point rather than in any individual computers. Now we suppose any problem occur in the software, maybe any problem occur in the printer, because now one printer is connected with the 50 computers, so we have to do the changes, we have to do the maintenance in one printer only. It reduces the redundancy, yes, since people use the same data in the common workplace, so they can share it over a network. Like in that bank, you can see one banking software is there which is stored, in the banking server at one place. Now all the bank personals are using that software with the help of the network only. So that's why when the server is down in the bank, we are not able to do, we cannot do any transaction. We cannot submit the deposit the money also. We cannot withdraw the money also, because all the computers are connected with the server only. So if the server is down, if there is some problem, if some work maintenance work is going on the server, so bank personnel will not be able to do any transaction. So they can share it over a network by saving and storing it centrally. Now you can see here. Next advantage is the saves paper and time. Yes, the network saves paper and time also. So how it saves the paper and how it saves the time. So network reduces the need for generating multiple hard copies of the same document. So people working in a common workplace can share reports through the network, which saves both the time and paper. Now, before that, if the network was not there, so whatever the hard copy information, you will take the printout that you will send by the post to your officials, to the head office, which is located in some different city. So you have to take the printout. Now, if the computers are connected, you can send this soft copy through the network to the head office. Now the paper will be saved and time will also save. Now the time which was taken by the postman to deliver it from one place to another place, that is also reduced. Now in a very less time, in a fraction of a minute, we can say we can send this information to the head office. Next is the internet sharing. Another advantage is that we can share the internet also. So our network reduces the cost of installing internet facility on the individual computer. So in order to install the network card in each computer, so we install this network, we install this modem onto the server only. Now with that server, all the computers can use the internet facility that we are using the routers. So a corporate internet connection is powerful enough to provide the internet access to all the computers in a network. So all the systems can enjoy the benefits of the internet in a network. So whatever the users will give the request for the internet, that will go to the routers, and this routers is used to connect different computers. Now next is the security. Since the server contains all the software, the security of the server is of great importance. Yes, one thing is the network providing the security. So common server security issues faced are weak passwords, open network ports, old software version, or poor physical security, or maybe the stale and unnecessary accounts. So in order to provide the install the software, antivirus software to each computer, it is better to install the antivirus software at one place, that is on the server only. Now all the files will be protected from the viruses in the server. Next is the types of the network. So as I discussed earlier, there are different types of the network depend upon the accessibility or the reachability of the computers. So that is the LAN network, MAN, WAN, and PAN. That is the personal area network. This is the smallest network, which is called the PAN. So we will discuss each in detail. See, this is the LAN, local area network, and this is used to connect more computers, two or more computers or peripheral devices in a small area, like a room we can say on a building, small building or a campus. And the range of this LAN network is the 10 kilometer only, because this we are connecting with the help of the cables. It is not uh, easy, or we cannot say it is not possible to deploy the cable to a large length, to large distances. So the number of computers in the LAN varies from 2 to 1000. So 1000 computers can connect with the help of the LAN network. The hardware as well as the software resource are shared through LAN. Yes, all the hardware and software you can share. See here in the network, with the help of this LAN, many computers are connected. So what are needed for the LAN network? Two or more computers which you want to connect. Software to control the operation of computers. So one software we need for the operation of the computers. We can use any intelligent devices like the switch. You can use a hub. You can use, or you can use the router. And out of this router is the intelligent device. So with the help of the routers, we can connect different computers. Now we need the peripheral devices, some printer scanners to connect and we need the cables to connect all the computers with the routers. That's another thing related to the cables. With the cable only, all this connected with the routers. Next is the MAN network, which is called the Metropolitan Area Network. So this Metropolitan Area Network is much larger than the LAN setup and is spread across a city. So the range of this MAN network is the 50 kilometer, the maximum range. 50 kilometer we can deploy this network, and this MAN network is used in the cable television network. So it's all the city cable, the cable services which you are getting in the city. So that the cable operator provide these services by deploying this cable to the area of the around 50 kilometers. So it covers the around whole city. This main building, manufacturing building, another building, all are connected with the MAN network. Next is the wide area network, which is the largest network. So wide area network, you can see in the picture. See, different places are connected with each other with the help of this wide area network. So in this we use the communication facility like the telecommunication or satellite. We use signals. Satellite signals we use. The most common example of the WAN network in our daily life is the internet. So wide area network is what? The internet only. So, and this wide area network is used in the houses, schools, banks, and private and public sectors. What is the characteristic of this wide area network? It requires a public telecommunication media. Means it use the telephone network to transfer the data. So, without the public telephone network, it is not. We cannot transfer the data from one computer to the other computer in the wide area network. Next is the personal area network. You can see the personal area network is mainly created for individual person. So it consists of a desktop, laptop computer, a mobile phone, or a handheld computing devices such as a personal digital assistant or smartphone. So we use these networks. We use this personal area network to transfer the files like the email, calendar appointment, digital photos, and music. And this cover the range of 10 meter, that is 30 feet. So personal area network covers a range of only 10 meters, like the Bluetooth you are using or Wi-Fi you are using at your home. So that is the personal area network. Okay. So this is all for the today students. In the next class, we will continue our discussion about the different network components, server, client, and the other things. So this is all for today. Thank you for your kind attention.